In this video, I'm going to show you how to make a multiple choice test within Canvas. So specifically at Alexandra, I'm making this for you. So I'm just going to open up a random class. Let's use this one. All right, so if I wanted to make a multiple choice test, I'm going to do that under the quizzes tab here in Canvas. So once I'm in my class, which hopefully your class is published, you're going to click on quizzes and we're going to do plus a quiz. And you're going to call this whatever your upcoming exam name is. So exam 2, if you have any instructions, please work alone. You can use something like this. I'm going to point out that we can't keep students from using calculators or the internet, so that's going to be a problem. The only way we can kind of lessen that, I mean, obviously you can write that here, but then the students who follow instructions are going to be at a disadvantage to those that don't follow instructions. But one of the ways you can lessen that is by having a time limit. So if you typically give this in a, say, hour and 30-minute class, you can give them in 90 minutes. One good practice is, of course, to let them have 2 attempts on a test. The reason for this is that in case something goes wrong, right, if there's some technology glitch, they'll be able to come back and do this again. The only other thing you want to change is you don't want to have this if you're giving them 2 attempts, or even if you're having multiple students take this, you don't want students to see the correct answers. So you want to unclick that. I'm just telling you that right now. If this is clicked, as soon as the student submits, they'll be able to see the right answers, and then they could give that information to their friend or what have you. So unclick this. This will let them see their quiz responses and which ones were incorrect. If you don't want them to see that, just unclick it entirely so that they just submit it, and that way they have a second attempt but with absolutely no information. So that's probably the smartest thing. Put in a time limit, give them 2 attempts, and make sure that you have nothing marked here so that they cannot see until later. We can go back and change this after everyone has taken it. You can change what they can see. And you might want a due date on this thing. So put in your due date, so when they have to have it done by. If you wanted to have this only available for a short amount of time, you could set when it becomes available and make sure your students know that information. But I would suggest just having a due date, a couple of days of a window. So maybe from, today until Saturday to get this done is appropriate. So that's just setting up the front page. Now to actually do the questions for multiple choice. You're going to come in here, and in the details, actually, we should add one more thing. The test can be found here. So we're going to go ahead, since I know Ed in particular wants to have his test. He's just going to provide them with the actual test, and then they're just going to enter their multiple choice on the next page. You're going to go ahead and put this in the quiz instructions as well. So you're going to go to Files, and we're going to upload a new file, and we'll choose one. So I'm going to go ahead, see if I can't find a test somewhere in here, if I have any exams. Do I have an exam? There we go. We got an old exam here. This one's exam key. So, no, I don't want a key, but whatever. I could choose any exam that I had if I was doing a better job at finding exams. All I have are keys on my computer. Here, nope, still a key. Here's one that doesn't have a key. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put that exam in, click upload. And you'll see that puts that exam right here. If I want to, I can rename this. So I might want, right now this has a lot of gibberish. I might just want to say exam to here. Cool. You do want to make sure that that's a PDF. I have another video that shows that, which I'll give you a link to as well. But that should be good in terms of the exam. So questions is where we want to go now. So they have the exam, they have my instructions, I've set up everything. I need to add a new question. If I've already written my questions here, I'm just going to go in the actual text. So the other thing, I'm going to just put in here maybe the question number. And then I'm going to put in all of my answers. A, B, C, and D. I think you only had 4 answer choices, Ed. And then choose which one was correct. So maybe C was the correct answer. So you can see that that's marked there. And then we'll update the question. So now question 1 is here. I like having the show question details thing toggled so I can see, okay, question 1, 4 answer choices, the correct answer is C. And I can just keep doing that each time. I can keep pressing new question and then type in 2, A, B, C, and D, and then go ahead and choose the right answer for number 2 and update. So now you can see number 2 is in there with correct answer D. And I could do this for as many multiple choice as I had. If you want to shortcut a little bit of that work, if you go into the Find Questions category, this is going to be a pain in the butt because I actually have other questions, but if you've never used Canvas before, you'll only have that question that you just made. You see it's grayed out. And I can just say, in fact, I have 2 of them now, so I'll just say add those questions. Now, they're not perfect because this one says number 1 when it should have been number 3, but this at least lets me come in here and not have to rewrite all the letter choices and everything else. The A, B, C, D are already there. So I've got number 3 is A. I need to change this one. It should have been 4. And you can change the name up at the top too so that the names are a little bit better. I didn't bother. But let's just say A. 4 is also A. And then update. So 2 ways that you can do it. You can either just press new question each time and retype in your letter and then your number and then all your answer choices. Or you can go to that Find Question and in Unfiled, you'll find the questions that you made. And you can just sort of keep repeating them so that way you're not typing in stuff. But you still have to click update. So it's really about whichever you find to be quicker for you. So I think the one issue potentially with using the Find Questions is you might forget to change the correct answer. Whereas if you're adding a new question each time, you're not going to have any trouble remembering as you type in A, B, C, and D to change your answer choice to the correct answer. So I might recommend just pressing new question each time. So when you're done, you can press save. Mine doesn't, in fact, I should press save and publish if I'm ready to give this to students. I don't have that option because, there we go. Now I can see it as save and publish, but you can always double check everything works. Remember, you can go into student view, you can click on that link that you had, make sure it actually downloads. You can't see it because it downloaded to a different page of my my Windows, but you could verify that the actual file is showing for everyone, so that way they have it. So you've got that there. They can see all the questions, and then you can verify that if you go through and press preview, that everything is working fine. So you can actually see that they'll be able to do all of these things. So we'll just randomly guess on these first 5 questions I made. Boop, boop. Oh, I made 6 questions. Look at me. And submit. So it's not going to show me what I got right or wrong. It's not going to give me any feedback. It just, oh, it does. I thought I set it up to not, oh, correct answers are hidden. So it does tell me if I got things incorrect. So I could use that. Apparently I did not guess anything correctly. But that's what students will see as well. So that's how to make your test in there. Like I said, 2 attempts, a time limit will keep students from being able to use like every resource imaginable and tutors and friends. Those are the sort of helpful hints I have for you. Email me if you have questions.